Day 245 of the impeachment trial of everyone's favorite dictator tot, Donald Trump. I don't know if you've been watching, but the president has been watching and tweeting. He got things going bright and early today with a light sprinkling of witness intimidation directed at his former national security advisor, John Bolton. He wrote, "For a guy who couldn't get approved for the ambassador to the UN years ago, couldn't get approved for anything since, begged me for a non-Senate approved job, which I gave him despite many saying, 'Don't do it, sir,' takes the job, mistakenly says Libyan model on TV, and many more mistakes of judgment, gets fired because, frankly, if I listened to him, we would be in World War VI by now," and goes out and immediately writes a nasty and untrue book, all classified national security. Who would do this? Or here's a better question. Who would be stupid enough to hire the person you just described? And if it's not true, why is it a national security issue? This is quite an argument. Everybody told me not to hire John Bolton, so I did, and he sucks. Trump is all worked up about John Bolton's book, in which he reportedly says the president personally told him he was holding up the aid to Ukraine in exchange for dirt on the Biden family. The White House doesn't want anyone to read this. They sent a threatening letter telling them he's not allowed to publish the book because it appears to contain significant amounts of classified information, which is funny, coming from the guy who'll give the nuclear codes to anyone standing in line at the Mar-a-Lago omelet bar, but I don't think the letter will work. The only way to keep John Bolton from talking now is really for Trump to have sex with him and pay him $130,000. Meanwhile, Vanity Fair is reporting John Bolton told a bunch of GOP donors that Trump is, quote, mentally unstable. You think? What was the tip-off? Was it when he drew on the map and insisted it was weather, or when he canceled the meeting with Denmark because they wouldn't sell him Greenland? What gave it away? John Bolton is not an easy target for the Trumpers to go after. He's a hardcore, longtime, well-respected Republican who, until this week, Donald Trump said he got along with very well.
John Bolton, I got along well with him. Some people didn't. Some people didn't like John Bolton. I actually got along with him pretty well.
The legendary John Bolton.
John Bolton is doing a great job. I like John Bolton. I always got along with him.
I've actually gotten along with John Bolton.
John Bolton is doing a very good job. John Bolton is here someplace. Where's John Bolton? Great John Bolton.
Yeah. Now he hates him. Now, tomorrow it'll be, I never met John Bolton. I don't even know the guy. A vast majority of Americans, 75% of voters believe witnesses should be called to the trial, but 98% of Republican senators don't. It's unclear if the Democrats will be able to get the 4 Republican votes they need to make it happen. I've been doing my part to motivate one Republican senator in particular on this. Mitt Romney has indicated that he would like to hear from Bolton. So last night, I encouraged people to cheer Mitt on using the hashtag Mitt or get off the pot. And to further entice Senator Romney, I offered to send him his 2 favorite things, which are Twinkies and milk. In fact, we sent Twinkie the Kid and full real dairy cow to the Senate floor for him today. He didn't seem to notice the cow there, but by the way, do you have any idea how much it costs to FedEx a cow and a human being? A lot. But I like where we're headed. Romney was spotted with a contraband bottle of chocolate milk. They did a sketch of it, not a courtroom sketch of it, but it's against the rules, but he drank it anyway, because that's who he is now. He's a rebel. Today was the question and answer portion of the trial. Tomorrow we move on to the swimsuit competition, but the way it worked today is senators were asked to write their questions on note cards, which Chief Justice John Roberts then read aloud. It was like an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Sadly, no one asked any good questions like, Senator Cruz, what kind of porn is your favorite to watch? But I guess that's why I'm not in the Senate. I wish I was, though. This trial, it needs somebody to cut through the nonsense. If I could go up there in front of the Senate and present my thoughts, I think I could save us all a lot of time. I'd do it just like this. Let me show you. All right, members of the Senate, please put down your fidget spinners and listen up. I know all of you are ready to wrap this up and get back home to your walk-in bathtub, so let's get to it, shall we? Here's the deal. Number 1, He did it. And you all know it. Don't give me that look, Lindsay. We all know you know he did it because you don't want witnesses or documents, because witnesses and documents will say he did it. Next card. Is what the president did impeachable? Yes, it is. Totally. What Trump did is exactly why we have impeachment. Checks and balances are at the heart of the Constitution. This is what our founding fathers fought for. And if you don't believe me, go way back in time, ask Bill from Bill and Ted, because Bill... Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill. Oh, wow. So I was just saying, this is what the founding fathers fought for. Is that right, Bill?
That's right, Jimmy. That's totally what these dudes had in mind. Checks and balances.
See? Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
And founding fathers, what say you?
Remove the bastard!
Very good. Thank you, founding fathers. Thank you, Bill. Give my best to Ted, will you?
I will. Come on, guys. They got a Hooters next door.
Oh, have fun, guys. So, as we just learned from the founding fathers, the Constitution is supposed to protect us from a president like Donald Trump. And you guys, Congress, is supposed to protect the Constitution. Unfortunately, you're scared. You're scared to go against him because his supporters will eat you like Trump eats his breakfast bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. You're in a tough spot unless you do exactly as I say. Listen up. Here's the plan. First, you're going to change the rules to make the vote by secret ballot. Next, you're going to remove this stupid ape, like you all secretly want to do, even you, Lindsay. That's right. And then, when your red hat constituents freak out, you're going to do what Donald Trump does. You're going to lie. You're going to swear it wasn't you. Every one of you is going to pretend to be outraged about what your colleagues did to poor Donnie Covfefe, and then we can get rid of him and move on with our lives. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, members of Congress. I yield the balance of my time.
I also yield the balance of my time.
All right, thank you. All right. You were supposed to stay there and yield.
Oh.
Yeah, never mind. All right. Sometimes yielding can be confusing, but... By the way, impeachment isn't the only high-stakes battle happening right now. Monday is the Iowa caucus. Several Democrats who are running have been unable to campaign there because they've been stuck in the Senate for this trial, but not Joe Biden. Joe Biden had a town hall last night at which he had to contend with a very loud reporter from CBS.
One other candidate Joe Biden's going to have to worry about is one not competing here in Iowa. Former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg is now placing 4th in national polls. A little more than a month before he first appear on ballots on Super Tuesday. Nora?
It looks like Joe Biden is about to approach you there. All right. Ed, that's what happens when you're live on the campaign trail. All right.
Welcome to the campaign trail, Nora.
Yeah. And shut the up, Ed. We're trying to do a thing here. Former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg is not going to Iowa. Instead, he's trying to win voters with a barrage of TV spots like this.
Mike's not afraid of the NRA, not one bit.
Trust me, Mike will get it done, yeah.
Get it done, yes.
He does not tweet. Oh!
I like Mike.
I like Mike. I lick Mike.
Mike's flushing all his money down the toilet that I drink out of.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message. Woof, woof, bow wow.
Well, it's come to this, talking dog. Maybe we should vote for a talking dog. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. Give back this holiday season. Buy my new book, The Serious Goose. I wrote it and drew it. All the money I make goes to children's hospitals across the country. And if you don't support that, you are a monster.